of the United States of America and to the republic for which it is one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks, everybody. Okay, approval of the agenda. Any additions, corrections? Just a couple of items there. Anything else? Does anybody to add or? We good? We're good, I think.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, reason we're here tonight is inform some of you of the North Holiday Backyard Sanitary Sewer Project. And Bolton and Mink wanted to know if he wanted to be here tonight, and I said not really, but anyway, there is a 15-foot wide easement, right? Running behind your guys' property,
That's 12.
or that one's 12, the new one we're asking is gonna be 15.
Only, you only want a 15?
Pardon?
You only, there's 12 existing and you only want a 15?
There's 12 existing where we thought your sewer pipe ran.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near as.
No, because it's way up by Winter's property, right?
Yep. So anyway. We talked about putting it in our easement that we already have, but there's fences, buildings, everything built on it. So I don't know, somewhere along the line, people didn't do their due diligence to make sure where the lines are. What did they say about building? You can't be built on an easement, right?
Correct.
Right.
It's not really an easement, though, it's the.
Right away.
Right.
For a right of way, yeah, that's the right of way.
Makes the
Yeah.
difference.
So you can build on a right of way?
No.
No, you
No.
can't build on either or.
Right.
So
So-
just to clear up, like we did, like, you know, that fence we put up 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And we did get a permit. Just go willy-nilly putting a permit up or putting a fence up without a permit. We got a permit for our shed, you know.
Both sheds or just one?
I have one, we have a garage. We don't have two sheds.
Oh, okay.
So we got.
If you're looking
permits for
at
it.
Beacon, there's the tent that's on there that I covered the front up with. And that's what the county's been trying to charge me for 20 years too, and then we had to revoke that.
Yeah, because they thought we had a shed we didn't have to.
Cause I had a garage on the property I tore down over 20 years ago. And they'll tax me for it. So that one got cleared up this year. The fence or the shed was built. Doing, you know, the outline of the fence, city approved it. That's where it got put. We did some measurements off of the existing sidewalk. Yeah, I'm over 4 feet on both sides. It's not, my shed's not in the easement. The power lines, if that's the case, the power lines wouldn't even be in the easement.
But that's where they'd want to be, right?
What's that?
That's where you'd want them, right?
Well, when we originally put that fence up, if the power poles were in the middle of the easement, I stayed 6 feet away. On the 12-foot easement.
And there was no records of the permits or anything like that,
There was some laying here when I got in tonight.
or,
I
okay,
never really had a chance to really look at it. But it looks like the permits that you guys done back, was it in 2019? Did you guys do something in 2019?
I did the shed in 2020.
We got a permit for it in 19. I think we renewed it in 20. Because we didn't do it until 20. We did it during COVID.
Okay,
That was our outside project for the COVID year. But, I mean, we've been planning on like redoing our fence. So we have no problem if it's determined that we need to move our fence back a little bit. Our shed's in our yard. Like, I don't know how.
I don't think your shed is the problem at all.
No.
Another one.
Another one is in the right of way, but again, I guess we're just here to notify you, there'll be digging going back because we are gonna get a new easement from Brett and Jay Winters.
You are gonna do that? I listened to the meeting and it didn't seem like it was determined for sure what was gonna happen.
We had a meeting about it here last week, yeah. And we decided we could go exactly where it was, but we could run into contaminated soil and it's running under their building. And
Under the old building from
That old-
65.
bulk station building. And it's about 5 feet away from their existing new building. They thought if we dig down that soil is probably not stable, it could collapse.
Can I ask you a question? quick?
Yep, that's what we're here for, you know.
I'm just curious, because I was on the council when, you know, because I was all excited about when we put that building up. Because I was bringing business to town and whatever. We knew that the sewer line, because we were told it was way over when we did our fence, we didn't know it was that far over, because you can tell by that sewer, the manhole. Isn't it like, aren't you supposed to be 10 feet away from the sewer line when you build a new building?
I don't know if we
On
have
both
that.
sides of the sewer?
I don't think we have that in our ordinances.
When we were talking about buying the property to the south of us, with that alleyway. And we did the construction, of that project 12 years ago, or 13 years ago. You guys mentioned that, oh, if you purchase the property from the city, you have to stay 10 feet away on each side.
Yeah, that's where the right of way is, the road right of way.
The alley, the
Yeah.
existing alley,
Yeah,
because there's no purpose there for that alley, it just that it's. There for sewer and water, or sewer and storm.
You have a map of where the proposed words were.
The
For,
plans.
yeah,
In a map?
or that available somewhere, if I.
There is one up there, but yeah, there's also one here. if Somebody else wants it.
So that's just the GIS map up the weekend.
This one is actually from both of them, like, that was fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I would, yeah, it would have been nice to have at least one of those right through there. Cause they've been down back there doing a bunch of surveying and all that.
But yeah, because the problem comes in is that right of way is only 12 feet and that's not enough room
No, I agree with you.
to dig. And then going through that, it was discovered that some of the properties back there on the Holiday side have encroached in on that right of way. So, but what we're doing, we're gonna be going with the easement with Winters. So we won't be doing any digging back there, but it was more just kind of a, you know, an FYI. We're gonna have to do better due diligence in the future, and if something else comes up, we may have to work with the property owners there to move stuff in case we ever have to go back there and do, because what we're gonna do, the sanitary sewer that runs just to the east edge of their building,
Yeah.
we're gonna have that line, so we're not gonna do any digging, we're just gonna line that existing pipe, so there won't be anything going there. And then take the easement, which is highlighted on that map in the yellow. That will be the easement that we're gonna be getting from Winters, so. And there's a lot of value. We talked about doing it over the existing or at the existing spot, but. The problem with that is that line.
Again, too many problems to deal with when you're. I get it.
We're basically looking at a 3-foot clearance between the building and the line and just too many problems that could go wrong with that. And then going under that building and then the others or the unknown is from that bulk station that used to be there, it sounds like that was where all the fuel tanks were. And if we start trenching in there and we come across contaminated soil, now we're committed so close to that building. And then we have also going under that old shed, so,
Would you have to abate the soil if you ran into?
Yep.
contaminated?
yeah.
Have they done any soil borne testing yet?
they did it when they bought the property and said it was clean.
Yeah,
But the point is, we're gonna move it south about, what was it,
Closer to the.
15 feet?
Yeah.
I believe. And they'll be digging, I think you said something about these side, there would be digging on the west side of the Winters, because we're gonna put a manhole on the northwest corner of their property.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's more,
Gonna be setting like 4 or 5 manholes, 4 on this project. And then we will be continuing to get an easement from Donovan Companies, I think it was, right? Donovan Company.
yeah.
And Dick Paler to run south because we believe there's a lot of I coming in that old clay tile. And but at this time, we just want to keep going on this project where they're gonna set a manhole. We can always go south after, if the easements don't come until August, September, or however it takes to get it done.
okay. So Donovan Company is the Ferro gas,
Yeah.
Ferro gas facility.
Yeah.
So their fence, I mean, their fence is kind of laying down.
All the
They've had some
trees are,
trees fall on it, so
yeah,
I'm assuming you're gonna have to remove some trees, do you think?
oh, probably.
And so we were just kind of thinking, so we want to do what's, you know, we didn't want to put our fence over too far when we did it. We were like 20-something years in. Now that we're talking about redoing our fence, we'll, you know, we'll find out. Or if the city wants to let us know how far we should move it. You know, into our property. We figured when we did the new measurements, you figured like 2 feet further back,
4 feet,
2 to 4 feet.
4 feet on each quarter.
So then,
That's if the sidewalk, backside sidewalk is
Yeah.
actually the edge of the property.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That's
Concern
the,
of that is Bolton Mink, because they were here for the other property, the other project. They should be able to know where the property line is on that. Our southwest corner. And everything can be determined on.
yeah, it looks like they've got it all
Surveyed out.
surveyed and figured out here,
Yeah,
so
but-
they should be able to figure it out now.
Do they find pins back there and measure out pins? Do they go off of GIS nowadays and that's not exactly accurate.
They signed the engineering document, that's all that matters.
We have documents with the county, and
this is.
this is all of them. I'm just asking.
You look on that map on your corner, it kind of, well, it kind of followed the old train
Old railroad track.
railroad,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah,
so it came to your
Proper.
kind of there, then it dips again.
anyway, that's the reason that we called everybody in here, so that if you do have future plans, the idea is that, you know, let's make sure we know what we're building next time, you know, and try to keep the stuff off. 'Cause nobody's blaming anybody or
No.
anything like that. There isn't any problem or anything. We just
Well,
wanted
there
to be
was,
sure.
you know, listen, and there was, I'm like, well, they didn't follow the rules, so I'm gonna have to pay now, and it was like, well, we follow the rules as we knew them 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, you know,
Because even if we were to have to move some stuff here, I mean, that would be a city expense.
So.
Well, we, you know, we're not looking
It's just-
like, so we were talking, so did you figure out, because we were kind of figuring out, our son's an engineer now, so we said, when you do something like this, because he does sewer and water.
He's a civil.
Civil engineer, he said that what happens is they would take the fair market value per square foot and multiply it by the square area that they're gonna do.
Mhm.
So it was like, wow, that would probably be, and if you look at what you're talking about doing for Brett's, it would be about $1,200 for 50 cents a square foot because they bought it for 13.5.
Mhm.
Or it would be if you wanted to be nice, you know, like 2 or
Yeah.
3,000, but you guys were talking 10. So, and I know I've been there before, so I know it's hard because you're trying to figure out what's in the best interest of the city. And we know this project is in the best interest of the city because first of all, it's our sewer line going to it, and that's gonna be good, but it's also the I&I problem that I know we've had
Right.
for a
Yeah,
long time. But are you able to say how much you're gonna pay for the easement? Is that not?
7,500,
70, so it's kind of in the middle.
yeah.
Well,
It's not horrible.
Bolton came up with 2,000. He said that wasn't adequate. I just threw 10 out there. That he didn't accept that night either. You know, but in our meeting last week, we could justify 7,500 because if we started digging and we found dirty dirt, that 7,500 be gone in a matter of a day.
No,
So
that's
we
easy.
justified that
Gonna
cost
let
by able to
determine
move.
of
Yeah,
all the rest of
just being away from it, and it's a better place for the pipe. So,
So like,
Anyway.
anybody been back there lately? Cause XL is gonna move them 2 poles.
They got them marked.
They're gonna move them?
The one pole that's right in the corner of our property right now, they're putting it right up to the fence, right in the corner.
Which one are you?
Ask them if they want us to. move
Huh?
it.
Why are they moving them now?
Cause they're old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one you can see through.
Which one?
Out by,
So the one that's
shed.
directly behind our house, that one's already marked for moving, and then the one that's in the alley.
Are you 231 or are you
we're 211.
211?
So that power pole that's right behind my shed, right behind me. They're actually got that. To move right where the fence line is, all right, up tight to the fence.
Do you know, so this is kind of a silly question.
By looking at this, looks like their power pole is right on the edge of the easement. The existing one. according to-
Could be, yeah.
That's-
Well, the thing is they need to be able to get to those, you know? So I know they've had some experienced trouble in the past because it's hard for them to get to those poles, so. We might bury ours when they do that, just to be safer. Who would we find out from? So we just have shrubbery behind our fence. Is that something we should plan on moving? Because
The lilac bush.
that sounds silly,
I don't
but they
think
were
so.
from my grandma's house, who's no longer, so I'm like, I wanna move
We're
over.
not digging anything up back there now, right?
We'll be digging right there, but Well, they are on the east
But
side. Yeah,
But are we gonna be digging there or are we lining there? What are we doing there?
no, we're gonna line from this point.
Oh, up there.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna dig new.
Yeah.
I'm, right? I'm
We're
under the
gonna line
assumption.
Yeah.
part of it.
I think it
We're
was
setting a
all,
manhole.
all in this area of the manholes, then everything else is gonna be lined from
Yeah.
there, so.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll even be getting close to Carol's, or, yeah, because yours is the first property going
Yep.
Yeah.
One that's got.
north, so.
Yeah, that must be old. Yeah, that's the reason why we got the fence, is because we want to put a pool up and we were told we have to, so that's why we, we were following the rules back then. And that's weird to see that.
Oh.
But
As with everything, stuff was done 60, 80 years ago. I mean.
Got a 65.
But at the
building
time-
Built on top of a sewer line, so.
yeah,
and-
but at the time,
Nobody here was around that back then, they didn't say nothing about it.
no, we had string line house set up and we had them, we got them coming out. And, yeah, that's fine, but I think once, I think maybe it's swayed out a little bit because we ran into something. We ran into like,
Communication lines back there.
well, we ran into communication line that
Oh,
wasn't marked and
You
then we
guys are
ran into
aware
a
that
rock.
the original lines for the communication lines were actually right tied up against the power poles? When I was doing, no, I'm just giving you guys some information for the project.
That'll be all Bolton and Manx and construction guys' issues. They're strung all over in there is the way it
Or
looks.
that right down the middle of the ditch again.
Cause we already dug a
They put a where,
exploratory hole in there and there was a number, like 4 lines that are marked on the ground. So yeah, it's strung out all over back there. So that's another problem.
that's the way it is anymore when you dig. The devil's under the ground,
True. So as it sits right now, you're not asking us to move anything right now.
No, we're just making you aware that, there was a right of way there years ago. We all assumed that the sewer would have been in the right of way.
Well, that's kind of what you would assume,
And-
but
And
when we
that,
hooked up to it,
happened.
we brought, you brought Ron Hiller back there. Because there was so much water, because we dug and put a new line, we had him come when we did the connection, so he made sure we did it right. And you could tell that manhole was in bad shape.
I didn't even get to the manhole, there was an existing pipe coming.
Oh, there's existing pipe coming out, that's what we did, we asked Ron if that was okay, but it was really wet down there, it was a mess, but.
And when they had that-
Way,
when they had that pipe cut open there, they had, what, a month and a half ago when I was down there, there's about so much clear water running in there.
Yep. And that's-
So there's probably base tile around all them houses that are feeding into our lagoon.
we don't have any base tile, no,
And years ago, that was legal. It was fine.
It's the oldest house on the block.
Perimeter tile was just fine back then.
we dug up when we redid some stuff, and then we had a really. I don't know if you remember, it was a really sloped backyard, so we brought in dirt to lift it up. And then we did that retaining wall right at the side of our house. You can't see it because it's in the middle of the yard, but we don't have a sump pump. You guys can check it out, but I remember listening to that in the meeting too. We don't have any,
We will be because we're putting all new meters in. We have to check for lead lines and we have to check for some pumps.
New meters?
That's-
really
Mhm.
crap.
Yep,
Why? They need to be replaced again? First, how
ours-
long ago were they replaced?
Cause ours are becoming outdated.
Yeah.
The hand-
My parts
the
from
handle
batteries
thing
in
to
them,
read
they're gonna
them
start
is
failing.
Okay,
the biggest thing.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the main reason is
Well, that's.
old software.
I remember how much that was.
And these here will also be able to help us determine if there's a problem in the house. It'll alarm.
Okay.
They'll send an alarm off, like if all of a sudden you're using a lot more water than you normally do. But we've had that in the past where the basements fill up and they run out the windows and nobody knows, nobody looks in their basement, so. Well, it's time to get them done.
Again, yeah,
Again.
it seems like it's way too early, but
I know, me too, but
so, yep, we're just making it aware, yep. The future councils will have to be more on top of this when people want to put up fences. We're gonna need to know where right of ways are, easements are and all that. Where all these lines are, I mean, the Lockers line, the sewer line and Jerry Anderson's run straight across that Donovan property right now. So we're gonna try to get that out of there and get an easement or right away up there, easement.
That'll be an easement, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you guys know there's like a standpipe, vent pipe in the middle of, between ours and Main Street? That's like a sewer vent?
Behind the garage 109.
Yeah.
That's Kleinel's sewer line comes up.
They're clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is it a clean out?
yeah,
It seems like a vent pipe.
it's a clean out, and that'll be gone away
Okay,
with. And there's another one there straight off of, TP's garage, right? There's two of them, one by the alley. And one down there by TP's.
yeah, I think you're right.
There's, yeah. So them are just clean outs because that is in poor shape. So we will be shortening his up and putting it into a regular sanitary sewer there, maybe by fall, maybe. Don't know. Our main goal is to keep going with the project we started with here. Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the I and see if that helps, you know?
every little bit has helped so far, but we still have a problem up in the northwest corner of town.
yeah.
When it rains, there's somewhere there that is dumping in a large amount of water.
So it goes way up for a day or two and then it just slowly comes back down. But it's not just a slow, it just spikes real high, real fast
So
after it rains
something's draining from a
heavily,
decent sized area to that spot.
you know.
I still say it's on the north side of the Catholic church there where the road keeps under money. I think there's something wrong there.
It's almost goofy there. So how many times is that water line
Could be.
broke
I
there?
got a question on, so you guys doing anything with storm? Back there?
With what?
Storm sewer?
sewer?
No,
No.
sanitary.
It's just gonna be that tile that dumps out there and runs down the ditch down to the other drain.
Yep,
Just curious.
I graded that 40 years ago, me and Bud Hines with the city grader to make that water run.
Yeah, there used to be, was there an alleyway back there at one point? There was an alleyway to it next to ours, like going. Oh, boy. When did these-
Years and years ago, there was actually a ditch in there,
Yeah, well, it's still the ditches there.
but it
All
was
growed up to trees now.
6 by about 4 feet deep,
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the way down, all the way by the ball field and all the way down.
and it still gets pretty shallow right down there in that low area, a sanitary sewer. And those properties to the north, now they found out today where one was plugged up. That's only about 4 feet deep, some of that back over there. So it's amazing that don't freeze up.
It's pretty shallow, that's back existing right now.
Pardon?
Isn't the existing land back there pretty shallow anyhow?
Gosh,
It's within the manhole behind,
yeah, it's
not very deep.
No,
probably not very much more than 5 feet, maybe not even quite 5 feet.
It was 5 feet where we located on
Oh,
the
there's
contractor's
race.
field.
holy free homes. Oh, it's race.
And up where you were digging today or where you were televising race, that's shallower up there yet, right?
Yeah, we're 90'd into the main, it was 4.6.
Okay. And we might be lining from the northwest corner of Jay Winters's in that manhole north as far as we can go. Until we maybe hit that 90 that they just found today. So trying to improve all of that if there's what we're trying to do.
There's an existing easement on the north side of this project. That
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
kind of between his property and the garden.
yep.
So that's sanitary also?
Which one?
One to the north side of,
That's storm.
that's.
Yeah, that's
the county one.
Okay.
Wasn't the county got that easement?
Yep, that's county.
County one.
Yep. That says 20-inch storm sewer easement to Blue Earth County. 291 CR 316.
Oh,
They must have put that in there many years
there
ago.
it is.
Must have.
I know, but it's upside down, that's what's in it.
Well, they probably did it when they took
So-
away the county road there. They changed the road out of town. Could be. That's when they did it, I think.
Just a question on that. So that storm's already existing there. And the sanitary all runs. That's deeper on that side, on that county road. Cause you guys don't have much fall on this, on the south side of this property, right? Or just more questions for. But why wouldn't you just do your sanitary on the north side in that 20-foot easement there?
Cause what are you gonna do with it when you hit the street?
Huh?
What are you gonna do with it, hit the street? Go south?
And what,
To the existing manhole?
Running it down the county road?
but what Boltman said, that is
That's-
not our easement, that's the county easement, and we would not have
But it's
an
city-
ability to use it.
It's a city storm, isn't it?
That I don't know. That's all I remember them saying. We,
Don't make no sense.
That's at the bottom of the hill and the sanitary sewer up here on the top, it doesn't flow uphill. So that's why.
there was some of that too.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, that was a good outlet, but that's very probably what,
Okay, it does, yeah, flows down and, yeah, gosh.
probably 15 feet deep.
It's on that.
Lower.
Yeah, from where that easement to there, that's where it really starts sloping down fast.
You're gonna, what are you gonna do on the north, from the north side easement? You're gonna like. Those, like we'll say our pad, you just gonna reline those sewers, are you gonna replace that sewer, or are you just gonna?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
gonna try to reline it
That's perfect.
because there's no access to it.
Yeah, that's perfect. It works, so.
You know, we
Yeah.
can go as far as we now. How far can we go now, Race, until we'd hit that 90?
You could go the whole. The 90s at the end of, it's right where that,
Power
I think it's
pole, right?
the farthest power pole.
Is that
but-
in our easement at all or right away?
It kind of seems like the farther north it goes, the more it starts to get into it.
Okay,
But we also have that prescriptive easement. If we wanted to dig that up, we could.
right. Yep. Well,
We
we,
could check and see if one of them, that power poles one's getting changed, if it is. Be good to get rid of that 90 and reroute it different direction. Or. So it ain't so tight with the corner. As Carol, Sarah and Stacy said they got a couple of them marked back there already. Did you notice that one was marked today? On that?
No,
field?
I didn't. I didn't pay attention to that, but I'll go look tomorrow.
Okay.
well, so that's our plan to put a manhole in northwest corner. Line it as far as we can. Behind those existing properties. Someday in the future, if that 90 causes us problems, we know where it is now. The Bolton and Mink was out here, they GPSed it all. We know exactly where it is, so that'll be in the future date. So we just want to make everybody aware, there'll be some digging going on. When? Don't know.
Well, hopefully early,
Yeah,
It could be any
This
time
summer.
with the weather.
yeah, early summer, or
Do the bidding and the.
did anybody know how long it would take to get the easement road up for Jay and Brett?
I think Sue just got the legal description from Boltman and Mink today, so that you need to go to the attorney. I'm assuming 1-2 weeks. I don't.
I sent
I
it
would
to, when I came in at 5, I forwarded it on to Chris, so I'll touch base with him in the morning.
Okay,
And he said, yeah, all he had to do was get that information, that he could get it done, so
Yeah,
hopefully it won't take too long.
so what we need to do then is just officially make. Execute the offer.
yeah,
We'll do that Monday with the resolution,
We don't do it tonight.
Monday.
All right,
Well, it needs to do it tonight.
I think this is just kind of informational
all
tonight.
right, sounds good.
Anybody else with any questions? Have you ever had any sewer problems that your residents there that? No.
That's good. There's water in the basement when it rains 5 inches in a day.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's only been once, so that's good.
Yeah, we're pretty sure with the river running through the basement, we don't have any tiling going on down there. It's pretty-
All right, well.
Well, thanks for inviting us and letting us know what's going on.
Yeah, we thought we better make sure that everybody's involved and know what's going on, and you know, like I said, the council from this point forward, whoever it may be for the next 20 years, better make sure about right of ways and easements and lines and everything else, so.
Well, the easement back there was kind of clear as mud, so.
Yeah, actually, it still is, I think.
That's one thing that will result from this. They will be officially recorded.
Easements.
So it'll be on everybody's property. And
It'll be a true easement instead of just kind of a right of way.
Yeah.
This way here. It's not the first time we've run into this, so.
Nope.
Yeah, won't be the last.
All right, anybody else with community comment? Anybody?
If anything needs to change, like with our current fences, whatever, you'll let us know.
Yes, yeah,
But if
yeah.
we're gonna move our fence, we'll get a permit to do that.
Find the lot lines.
Yeah, well, we probably, maybe we'll talk with Bolton and Mink and see if they have a survey from that property and we can figure it out, but if that's not good enough, we might have to,
Yeah.
it's a pretty plenty to survey property, but.
Yeah, you should be able to use Bolton and Minks.
All right, no community comment. We can move on to unfinished business. We have any tonight? We can save it all for Monday. Save it for Monday?
Yeah.
New business? I have one, Jeff Domras called me and Joe there today there and what I call the Ganatke building. Okay, we ran water to, your neighbor to the east in the county, not in the city.
Oh, the old gas station?
Yep.
Okay.
They do have city water, right, Race?
Yes.
City water. Sewer.
City water, and it was stubbed out to the sewer. The sewer was stubbed out when we did that work down there. And the county was trying to get those property owners to hook up because there's no septic down there or nothing.
I think it's a,
I think they're hooked up to sewer,
I
Robert.
do too.
Okay, well,
I think it's sewer they're hooked up to.
Jeff is gonna take and
Check it out.
check it out with the county.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I just thought I'd let this.
Because they do have a small bill they pay quarterly, or whoever owns that.
Is it? Is it water or is it?
I can go pull it quick. I mean, it's not gonna be quick, but I can go pull it.
Well, we can leave.
We'll
it
figure
for
it out
Monday.
though. But I know I looked at it last time too. We talked about it.
All right.
I remember talking about it years ago, we always wondered, where does the sewer go then, because there's no.
That's where the comment came up again, and
Yeah,
I'm
there's no septic down
sure.
there, so.
Yeah,
that they're
I
hooked
was
up to
thinking
our sewer.
sewer that we hooked up.
well, I know, he
Could
said
be-
they stubbed out. It's all on a map, he says. If they took it and hooked it up, I don't remember
Because
either.
there's no water going up that side of the street of the.
No, but
66.
I thought it was a private line ran down that street, went over there to feed it.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to
I
figure
think
it
I
out.
can, in my mind's eye, I can see their well light coming on and blinking off behind their house there.
Yeah, is there a well down there on the east
Yeah.
side?
Well, there was anyway, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought there was a light that come on and it was running.
Well, that'll be something we
Whatever.
can work out this summer too. Anybody, anything else under new business? John, anything? John? Tom?
Oh,
Nobody? All right, miscellaneous? If not, somebody make a motion to adjourn?
oh,
Someone the second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.